Welcome back. Today I wanted to make a video about some of the LifeScouts badges I've earned. What is LifeScouts? Well, it was something that was started by Alex Day earlier this year, and it involved people sharing stories around topics that are released periodically on the LifeScouts Tumblr. There are quite a few that have been released already, but today I'm just going to talk about 10 that I have stories about. Ready? Go. So I had a friend who was working as a researcher in New York that I was visiting, and as tourists do, they want to see the top of the Empire State Building, which I did. However, it was getting quite late in the day, so we didn't have time to wait in the full line, so we paid a little bit extra to do like the over New York experience that kind of cuts you in front of the line and shows you this little video motion thing. It had been advertised as like narrated by this Hollywood star, and you get to like simulate a helicopter over New York, and you know who that Hollywood star was? Kevin Bacon. As soon as it started, we could tell it was made 15 years ago, and we got quite a chuckle about having Kevin Bacon narrating it. Oh, and the view from the top was pretty cool. Living on the West Coast, we don't get too many great sunrises, although we do get great sunsets. So while I was working as a wilderness instructor, we were over at the Grand Canyon and wanted to see the sunrise over the canyon. However, it was quite cold in the morning, so we shuffled over in our sleeping bags, and there was about 10 of us in sleeping bags with it below freezing, watching the sunrise, and it was a gorgeous sunrise. I mean, come on. Like most American kids who lives in a town which doesn't have very good public transit, I got my first driver's license right when I was 16. And I actually had a pretty good picture, which is not all that common. However, in 2009, I got a commercial driver's license for my job, and I did not know that they were going to be retaking my picture. I mean, I hadn't shaved, or honestly hadn't even showered that morning, and I really didn't want my parents to see this picture. Knowing that, I spent quite a bit of time with the man at the desk trying to organize how my permanent address was still in Costa Mesa, but could you please send it to my current address, which is in San Diego? And I thought we had it all sorted out. Until 2 weeks later, I got a call from my dad saying, "Hey Tay, got your new driver's license. Nice picture." Yeah, and this is the picture. I wasn't really a skateboarder when I was growing up. However, when I got to college, I was living at the far end of a quite large campus and started out using my bike to get to class, but then you have to try and find a rack to park it on and lock it up and all that kind of stuff. So I figured skateboarding would be a really good idea because you can just walk in with your skateboard. I loved the first skateboard I got. It was sadly, however, run over by a car. I wasn't on the skateboard when it happened, thankfully, but I needed a new one. A former Outback instructor, Eric Mackey, was putting his linguistics degree to use and making skateboards. So I contacted him and got myself an Eric Mackey longboard, although it is quite short. It's only 23 inches long, and I honestly look quite silly sometimes because I wear size 14 shoes on this tiny little skateboard. When I was in high school, I was chosen for a 3-week exchange program with our sister city in Australia, just outside of Melbourne. And once that was done, my parents and my brother came over and we went to Cairns up by the Great Barrier Reef for a couple days and then to Sydney for 4 days. Even though we were staying quite close to the Opera House, we never actually got to go inside, but we did get a rather different view of it as seen in this photo. Yes, that is from the top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. So that's it for the first LifeScouts video. I hope you enjoyed it. I just wanted to get kind of a group of them out there to start with. Some of my future videos will have just one badge for the whole video, where I go kind of more in-depth if I have a more in-depth story to tell. If you like the idea of LifeScouts, go to their Tumblr, share your own story, read other people's stories, check out Alex's YouTube channel. And if you like this video, please click on the like, and if you want to see more from me, just go ahead and click on subscribe. I hope you enjoyed it. See ya!